Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Pokemon Leaf Green version. I just felt like playing some Pokemon, and you know what? Where better to start than the beginning? Or, well, as close to the beginning as I want to be. Original Red and Blue never really appealed to me. Even as a little kid, I was always way more into Gold, Silver, Crystal. But Fire Red, Leaf Green, nah, they're still pretty good. Now this here, Professor Oak, giving us a little introduction here, and he wants to know our name. You know, I'll shake it up a bit. Let's be the girl this time. I never really pick her, so I figured, hey, might as well do something a little different. I believe her name is Leaf. Don't quote me on that, but that's what we're going with. Whether it's right or not, I'm assuming it is. Now this guy, what default names for the rival? Red, Ash, and some other names nobody ever chose. Well, I'm going to just call him Blue because that's what I am used to calling him. I don't know again if that's his real name, but that's what they call him in the Gen 2 games, and that's what I'm going with now. How do you forget your own grandson's name, I swear? NES? Was that always an NES? I don't think it was, but whatever. Ooh, that is some slow text speed. I'm gonna have to change that. Anyway, as is tradition, we always take the potion out of the PC. And let's see, options, yes. Text speed, fast. I'll leave the battle scene on because this makes it look a little nicer. I will absolutely turn off the help because I press LNR on accident too often and it is not necessary. And we might as well change the frame since, you know, we're playing Leaf Green after all. And we'll get a little save in there. Just to make sure that I have something on this little cartridge. Yes, cartridge, that's what it is. Girl with her hair in pigtails is walking up a brick road. I thought it was 4 boys going down a railroad track. Well, it's either, depending on whether you're Red or Leaf. So let's just try to leave town. We'll get this show right on the road as quick as can be. And we're stopped by Oak almost immediately. Remember kids, always follow the strange old Pokemon professor back to his place. Nah, Oak's a good guy. I'm not gonna paint him in such a negative light. Oh, right, my grandson was here too. Gosh, Oak, you really just don't care about him, do you? I don't know if he ever says a single positive thing about him. Okay, now for the important choice, though. What all do we have? We have Bulbasaur. Now, I was always a Bulbasaur kid growing up, and I think everyone in my house was a Bulbasaur fan. Again, to shake things up a bit, I'm actually not going to pick him this time. Squirtle, okay. I do like Squirtle, he's always been my second choice, but again, to change things up a bit, I'm gonna go with Charmander. Which, I know that might sound really weird that Charmander is me shaking it up, since I am well aware of how popular he is as a Mon. But growing up, I never really picked Charmander too much. I mean, I have nothing against him. I think he's a fine enough Pokemon, but I don't think he deserves quite the reputation he has for being basically Pokemon's mascot, but that isn't Pikachu. Anyway, we're gonna name the guy Volvagia after another video game Fire Dragon, because I'm very creative, as I'm sure is quite obvious. And our rival Blue will take the Squirtle, since that is super effective on Charmander. That's why you pick second, so you can always get the upper hand. You know, can I take the Bulbasaur too? No? Darn. Yeah, it was worth an effort. And he wants to battle us, which I am more than happy to oblige. So at 1v1, the type difference really shouldn't matter since we both only know normal attacks at this point. And for Pete's sake, Oak, you do not need to give me a tutorial. I do like Fire Red and Leaf Green, but admittedly, they do kind of love tutorials at the beginning. But we'll just scratch this thing to death. It really should be good enough. I don't think we need to use Growl. All that'll do is lower its attack, but, you know, if its HP is at 0, its attack is as low as it can get. Wow. Critical hit? Really? I wish I could get a critical hit. I feel like Charmander has the easiest time winning this fight. Maybe that's just my imagination, though. And free level up. That's some good XP. You can lose that fight. It doesn't actually impact anything, but, you know, you might as well win it just for the really good amount of experience points it gives. If you have to, make absolutely sure to use the potion so you don't lose. Now, I'm not going to be the type to save scum and reset, but I will check to see if I had a good nature on Charmander. Impish. What is Impish? That is increased defense, lower special attack. Well, unfortunately for you, Charmander, I'm planning on using your special attack quite a lot, because in this game, Generation 3, the physical special split has not yet happened, so yeah, all fire-type attacks are special no matter what, and I do plan on using special attacks on him, so unfortunately, we're gonna reset, get a better Charmander, and go from there. Thankfully, with the power of video editing, it'll appear like nothing's happened at all. And through the power of editing, no one was any wiser that I switched out my Charmander. For those curious, said Charmander now has a serious nature, which is, I believe, plus speed minus speed. And if that sounds redundant to you, that's because that effectively makes it a neutral nature, which neither helps it nor hurts it in anything, which is fine. I'm not going out for perfect natures, I just don't want hindering natures is my big thing. But thankfully, now that we actually have a Pokémon, we can finally leave Pallet Town. And make sure to talk to this guy first, because he's advertising the Pokémart and will give you a free sample. Love me some free potions, don't be afraid to use them, they are very inexpensive to replace. And first wild battle against a Pidgey. I am probably going to edit out the vast majority of random battles as they are incredibly uninteresting and get really repetitive really quickly. But if something interesting happens during one, I will be absolutely sure to show it to you, or if it's, you know, just me talking and not wanting to edit something out. I do recommend fighting a few wild Pokemon just to level up a little bit here. And yes, those ledges you can jump down, but you can't climb up. Ooh, Rattata, that is another new Pokemon. I don't really recommend Rattata if you plan on catching a Pokemon on this route. It's good enough early game and has some decent moves, but its stats really do fall off quite hard later, so if you need a temporary team member, they're not too bad, but I would never use one long term. Pidgey, on the other hand, is a little more usable in the long run. I don't think it's an amazing flying type, but it's certainly not, like, too bad. And we got Ember, a fire type attack. I am going to put that in the first position, so I don't have to move my cursor to select it. And Ember has 40 power, which, while it's the same as Scratch, it also gets same type attack bonus since he is a fire type, so it will just do more damage. Not to mention, you know, there's a few bug types coming up that are weak to fire, so that'll be nice. Yep, the first of many wild battles that I will have to edit out. And I will also probably edit out most Pokémon Center visits. I mean, this is what they look like on the inside if you're curious. You probably won't see me in here very frequently because it's just me walking forward to heal. Oh yeah. Enjoy the Pokemon Center. You're probably only going to see them a handful more times. So there's not a whole lot we can do in Viridian right now. I guess we can grab a free potion. I mean, I'll never say no to free items, you know? It's all the way up here. I believe this was a hidden item in Gen 1, but they just made it visible in this game for some reason. There's still plenty of other hidden items, let me be assuring you of that. And if we try to go up this way, he thinks this public road is private property because he hasn't had his coffee yet. Yes, that is 100% what they mean by that. Coffee. Yeah, no, in the original Japanese, I'm pretty sure he's nursing a hangover, but I don't have any Pokeballs at my waist. Yeah, just one of those weird localization changes. Now, over to the left here, we have Route 22. Not a whole lot we can do down here. But there is one new Pokemon on this route, known as Mankey. I actually would highly recommend catching a Mankey. They are a very fast fighting type Pokemon, which, I mean, the first gym, especially if you use a Charmander, Mankey will probably carry you pretty hard through that. Whereas, you know, as opposed to other fighting types, he's definitely faster. Like, speed is his game. And he learns pretty powerful moves, hits really hard. I really cannot recommend a Mankey enough. It is a very good Pokemon, and I am kind of tempted to catch one, but I already have a different Mon in mind that kind of fills the same role, so it would be a bit redundant. But I have used one before, and they are always very good. Yeah, if you're looking for a fighting type, Mankey is a very good choice. Also free level up here, hooray. Other than that, there's really nothing down this route for us right now. I just figured, hey, might as well point out that Mankey exists, because who knows, you might want to use a Mankey. Again, it's a very good Pokemon, I highly recommend it. Anyway, what we're supposed to do is go to the Pokemart here, and be suckered into being an errand boy. Or I guess Leaf's an errand girl in that case, but oh, whatever, I guess. So I'll just meet you back at the Pokemon lab, because who wants to walk down Route 1 again? And we're back. Hey Oak, I got a package for you. Sounds like you're getting a TM, whatever it is. I think it's a Pokeball though. People say it's the Master Ball, but I don't know if they ever actually admit that's what it is. Anyway, we're now finally getting our Pokédex, and the whole catch them all thing was still kind of the series slogan at the point. That's what they want to do. They want us to catch as many Pokemon as we can. Now, I'll be catching a lot of them, not to use on my team or anything, but there are certain items you can only get after having caught a certain amount, so if you see me catching Pokemon, they're probably not for my team unless otherwise stated. But hey, who knows, I might use a temp every now and then. And our rival here is telling us that he doesn't want our sister to give us a town map. Well, or his sister, I guess. Thankfully, Daisy's a lot nicer than Blue is, so we can just go over to his house and just ask her for a map. Yeah, we're gonna catch a whole bunch of Pokemon. Now, I'll just meet you back in, you know, where we're supposed to go. Did I totally forget the name of Viridian City just then? Yes I did. Was I just here literally like 5 minutes ago? Yes I was. Do I suddenly have 4 more Pokemon in my inventory than I did before? Yes I do. Yeah, that's more of that off-screen Pokemon catching I was talking about. Again, not that I plan to use any, but there's items locked behind it. So I got a Pidgey, a Rattata, a Mankey, and a Spearow? Yeah, Spearow can also be found on Route 22 with the Mankeys. It's a pretty competent normal flying type. I like it a little more than Pidgey. It just hits a little harder. I think it's faster too, but don't quote me on that. It's not a bad one. If you wanted to use one on your team, you can definitely do worse. Anywho, now that we actually have the Pokédex, there is stuff for us down this route. Thought I'd get into a battle there for sure. Yeah. Old Blue here wants to challenge us to a little optional rival battle. So hey, you know, might as well give it to him. Got nothing better to do anyhow. And besides, it's very easy experience points. I say, just watch as I get totally wrecked by this guy. We'll get him with the Ember. This Pidgey, it does Sand Attack, which sucks because it lowers your accuracy. That's kind of the big thing to note about it, is it just loves to lower your accuracy. Ooh, thank you, keep tackling me, please. Okay, good, we only had one Sand Attack on us, so that's not too bad. We did get a level up, though, that is kind of nice. Special attack, okay. Gotta remember not to use Ember, because Squirtle actually resists that, so we'll scratch him instead. That did not do a whole lot of damage. Ooh, there's that Sand Attack coming into play. Oh, but he missed as well, okay. And we missed again. Great. What an exciting turn of events. Ooh, okay, you know what? I take it all back. That critical hit has made it all up. Come on, a couple more scratches ought to do it. As long as he doesn't crit, we should be good. Ooh, 1 HP. Okay. Don't miss this. You miss, you're banned. Okay, phew. Didn't have to ban my starter. That would be unfortunate. Ooh, not quite a level up, but pretty close. Yeah, we got lucky. A little bit. That crit definitely helped, but I also have potions in reserve, so, you know, it's kind of ace in the hole. You can just out-heal his damage. Well, yeah, I should probably buy more Pokeballs now that I think about it, but I can do that between episodes, because I think this one's probably run on long enough. Don't actually know how long this episode's been, but I figure this is as good a spot as any. So yeah, that's episode 1 done and complete. I'm probably not going to do outros too often, just because I plan on recording mostly in bulk, but, you know, if you like what you see, subscribe. You know, I'll be uploading semi-regularly at the very least, and I do plan on live streaming some other games while this is being uploaded, so if that strikes your fancy, check those out too. But yeah, other than that, I got nothing else to say except see you in the next episode.